Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Asiha Shaira and I am back again to be your host for today's episode. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we will explore more about animals world. So last episode we already talked about the history of animals, but for today we will also talk about the history of animals but during prophethood time. So, do you know any surah that talks about animals? I think if we want to list it down, it will be too many surah. So what I am gonna do for today is a storytelling in which I believe it has its own uniqueness and will make you mind blown. So are you ready? Let's buckle up our seat and I will start the story. What animals be mentioned in that surah? Yes, it is elephants and birds. Mainly, the story is all about feeling jealousy and bad intention to destroy the house of Allah, which is Kaabah. So, why do animals involved in this? Actually, the story started when Abraham had commanded his army to destroy Kaabah using elephants. Abraham was actually jealous of Kaabah because the Arabs at that time only visited Kaabah even though Abraham had already built another building which is more beautiful for everyone to visit, but no one goes there. So he got angry and he decided to destroy Kaabah. So when the elephant arrived, one man go to the elephant's ear and whisper, Kaabah is the house of Allah. And then the elephant bowed to the Kaabah and the army of Abraham cannot defeat it. Then Abraham came to realize his wrongdoings and then suddenly a loud sound from the sky caused by 1,000 of birds were throwing stones to Abraham and his army in order to destroy them. This story shows that no one can beat the power of Allah, in which was shown by how the elephant bowed to the Kaabah and not following the command of Abraham, and then the power of Allah providing thousands of birds in order to destroy Abraham and his army. So the moral of this story is we need to believe in the power of Allah and always ask for His forgiveness. In this story, a whale had been commanded by Allah to swallow Prophet Yunus into its stomach. So actually, Allah wants to punish Prophet Yunus because he already gave up to persuade his people to worship Allah. Prophet Yunus believed that his people will not change even with everything he does. So he left his people, and right after that, the weather started to change, and then the disbeliever started to feel scared. And then they remember what Prophet Yunus had taught them, and then the belief of Prophet Yunus, and they asked forgiveness from Allah. This incident shows that Allah is the most forgiving, and Allah had forgiven the people of Prophet Yunus. But what happened to Prophet Yunus? After a long time in the whale's stomach, and with his non-stop prayer to Allah to forgive him, then Allah finally forgave Prophet Yunus and had commanded the whale to take out Prophet Yunus from its stomach, and then Prophet Yunus safely out of the whale's stomach. So, the moral of this story is to be patient with the test and always ask for Allah's forgiveness. Actually, there is an interesting part of the story in which no one knows why was the whale came near to the beach. So there is said that the whale maybe needs air or the whale is in their group, but actually That happened because Allah commanded to the whale to release Prophet Yunus. No one knows the reason, and only Allah knows the reason, which shows the power of Allah to give command and let impossible things to happen. Do you not feel mind blown with this story? Like, how can a whale swallow a person but not eat it? And how can Prophet Yunus survive in the whale's stomach for a long time? Actually, all that thing is only known by Allah. And again, we as a human should always believe in Allah's plan and obey Allah and ask for forgiveness from Him, because Allah loves those who ask forgiveness. So, moral of this story is we should always believe in the power of Allah to protect us, and we should always get rid of feeling of jealousy towards others. We should always treat people nicely even though we have different religions and opinions. I guess this is the end of this episode. Please like and wait for our next episode, which it will be more interesting with more content about animals. Leave your comment if you have any question. Thank you and see you again. Bye.